Noa
Argamani is walking towards the rescue helicopter. She's accompanied by fighters who only minutes ago rescued her from the heart of the Nuseirat refugee camp in the Gaza Strip. The helicopter touches down on the Gaza coast. In a moment, it will take her home after 8 months of inferno in captivity.
The team is ready, and as we land, we see the captive approaching with 2 soldiers. For a moment, the emotional armor of composure breaks down, and you understand the magnitude of the event. All senses sharpen. It's money time.
There's no time to talk. The helicopter can't stay on the ground for long due to the threat of gunfire. A brief exchange of glances and a smile with Noah, and it takes off.
I see her coming, but I don't recognize her as Noah. I see a captive. You don't know how she will react, if she will want your help, if she will want to board alone. Will she be afraid? She sits down, looks at us, says thank you and smiles. There's a sigh of relief, and I signal to her. We're here for you and for all the captives who are still there.
At this point, I report to Air Force Command that Noa Argamani is inside the helicopter. You feel responsible for something of great value. It is a great light to our nation which does not forsake its sons and daughters.
According to reports, the Israeli fighters arrived in a vehicle disguised as refugees seeking to rent an apartment in Nuseirat. Simultaneously, the Yamam unit and the operational unit of the Shin Bet burst into 2 houses which were 200 meters apart. Noah was freed first, her captors neutralized, and she was immediately transferred to the getaway vehicle. As she stepped out onto the street, a terrorist armed with an RPG launcher emerged, but before he could shoot, he was identified and neutralized from the air by the Air Force. How packed was this area with terrorists?
Very packed. Many people running with weapons, firing at our forces.
How close were they getting to our forces?
Dozens of meters, even less. We rained down fire rapidly to ensure no one approaches the vehicle and to give the rescue force enough time to arrive and to extract the team.
More and more terrorists tried to reach the location after the force broke into the house of the remaining 3 captives. One of the rescuers, Officer Arnon Zmora, was fatally wounded in a gunfight at close range. Now, with the captives and the injured fighter, while the medical team of Yamam and Unit 669 fight for his life, they make their way out of Nuseirat.
That's when we declare a siege, the most extreme event we've trained for. The force barricades itself whenever it can, and we work to isolate it from any threat until a larger rescue force arrives.
At this point, we understand we are heading into a more complicated event, and there is a division among the aerial command between rescuing the force and extracting the captives.
In the middle of the street, the getaway vehicle gets stuck due to a technical problem. Before it's overrun by terrorists, paratroopers waiting nearby are called to extract the force. The Air Force initiates widespread bombardment in the area to create a defensive perimeter for the fighters. Combat helicopters attack terrorists attempting to approach and fire at the fighters. 15 tense minutes pass until all forces are safely extracted, pulling the stuck vehicle to the helicopter on the shore. This is also the moment when the 3 captives are surrounded with fighters. They're all marching towards the rescue helicopter. One by one, they climb aboard.
Chief of Staff, I want to inform you that the 3 hostages have just taken off, heading home.
From the heart of Gaza to these scenes in a hospital ward. In the hospital, it's determined that Officer Zmora has succumbed to his severe injuries.
Congratulations to the Chief of Staff and the IDF, to the head of the Shin Bet and the fighters of the Shin Bet. Our heroic fighters stormed into the fire as one. On Simchat Torah Eve, the bravery of Arnon Zmora was revealed. Yesterday evening, again, he displayed extraordinary courage. and this time sacrificed his life to save his people. Arnon will be remembered forever in the annals of our nation.
From decision makers to operatives, from fighters in the air to those on the ground, from hundreds of fighters who showed courage, determination, and cool-headedness, they gave their everything to bring the captives home safe and sound.